Ah, it's up now. What a fight! Real fat fish. Look at that. What a cracking fish to start off with. Look at. Oh, lovely. What a beauty. Beautiful. Such lovely condition. And a bit like a football. Perfectly hooked just in the lip. Look at that. The hook's just there, just in the lip. But that was a perfect bite. Hooked itself. All I did was lift it into the fish. And that, look. Ooh, it's still fighting. They are so strong. Try and get hold of that so I can show that to camera, because that is just a wonderful fish. Look at that. Beautiful, plump, absolutely perfect condition. I bet there's loads more where this came from. Ooh, feels like another good fish. Not a big fish though. I wouldn't expect, it looks like a bream, and you wouldn't expect to catch bream on the method feeder. Look at that. It's blown that piece of sweet corn right up the line. Look at that. £2 bream. You wouldn't, as I say, you wouldn't really expect to catch that on the method feeder, but it took the tip straight round. But you never know what you're going to catch on this. You know, it's just such a brilliant way of fishing. You just don't know. That piece of sweet corn's gone. Lovely fish, but it's a £2 fish. Usually, everything you catch on this style of fishing will be a good quality fish. Doesn't feel like a carp, but another good fish. Bream, I should think again. Good fish though, big fish. Saying it doesn't feel like a carp, it might well be. Ooh, it's running now. Lovely, but I've got a good powerful rod. The rod I'm using is a 12 foot, it's called a rhino. I think it is a carp. It took off so slowly, I thought it was a bream, but I think it is a carp. It's running now, I've got a back wind on it. Lovely action. So I'm using a powerful rod, it's 12 foot. But a lot of power, because when you're casting that big method feeder, you need a lot, you know, you need a good powerful rod. It's a fair weight with all that ground bait on it. I think this is a carp. I don't know my own strength. I don't think it, I just picked into it. I don't think it knew it was hooked at first. It's kiting round into those reeds now, but I'm using the power of the rod to keep it out of those reeds. Really giving it some stick. Oh no, this is definitely a carp. Great fish. Really is. You see that rod bending right round. Although I've got the clutch set, I'm actually playing the fish by back winding, doing a bit of everything. Oh, this is definitely a carp. It wasn't a typical carp bite though. Normally when carp bite, they just sort of whizzes straight round, but this was a lovely, slow, almost a breamy-like bite. Oh, definitely a good fish, this one. Definitely a good fish. And notice how I've got my arm on the rod. Actually, that's the power. And then using my finger there just to hold the fish. If I want it to run, I can just release it, let it run, stop it, pull it. I'm trying to keep it out. I've got some trees to my left and reeds to my right, so I'm trying to keep the fish and play it in open water. Just incredible how good this method feeder is. It's great for youngsters when they're starting. It's a good way of catching a big fish early on. Power in that rod is incredible. Good strong line, and I'll run through all the setup with you in a minute, but good strong line, big hook. The clutch just came into play then. Did you just hear it? Just a little, that's the second safety factor for me. Wants to get in them reeds. This is a good fish. Didn't think it was this big when I first hooked it. I think it's because here they're not used to getting caught. It's probably not fished all that much. Not like your normal commercial fishery would be. And this is a cracking fish. This is a really big fish. Oh, fabulous fish. Big mirror carp by the looks of it. Just caught a glimpse of it then. Lovely. Look at that rod, the action in that rod. As I said, it's a Zebco Rhino 12 foot, good powerful rod. But you can bend these rods almost double and they won't break. That's the beauty of them. Actually bend them double. As I lift it up, you'll see the method feeder coming just very close to the fish, because I'm only using a 10-inch hook length, so the feeder's almost on the fish. There it is. What it does, the fish attacks the ball of ground bait on the method feeder, sees the hook bait fairly close to it and is fooled. Because fishing's always about fooling fish, isn't it? And this one's really scrapping. Fabulous fight they give. Really wild. As I said, they're probably never caught. And I've got strong line on here, strong hook length. You know, I'm not mucking about with it. It's just the power of this mirror carp, the real power, and it's got its head up now. Well, I thought I had its head up. Beautiful fish. That is really given. And this is what fishing's all about, isn't it? The fight, the scrap, the actual playing of the fish. Look at that. Whew, dear. That gave me some scrap. Beautiful big mirror carp. About 6 pounds. The hook's just inside its mouth, so I'm going to use a disgorger. I usually have my disgorger around my neck, but when I'm carp fishing I don't like that so much. I prefer to actually have it beside me. And it's so powerful and strong. I'm going to keep it in the net. This hook really, the hook is inside the mouth, which is unusual for carp. You know, it was so confident when that took it. What I'm going to do is it's hooked quite deeply, so I'm just going to cut the line. Rather than hurt the fish, I just cut the line. Always do that. The fish get rid of the hook ever so easily. Just cut the line as far down as you can. And that fish can then get rid of the hook very, very easy, rather than go in any depth. But what about that? That's a lovely fish, isn't it? Beautiful, probably 5 or 6 pound mirror carp. Lovely fish. On the method feeder. Now you need good strong line when you're fishing with a method feeder, and here I've got it's a Browning feeder line, and it's 0.22 mil, which is about 12 pound breaking stone, so a really good strong line. I'm using what they call an inline method feeder.